Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Chris Cameron with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Undefeateds colliding tonight, Bedford and Bishop Guertin. It's all brought to you by Beals Insurance. Also, the hottest day of the year in 2022. We're in the mid-80s right now for the first time, and it's gorgeous here. A perfect night for lacrosse for the two best teams in Division I. Of course, this is a rematch of last year's semifinal, won by Bishop Guertin. Cardinals capturing that victory on their way to the championship. They finished last year unbeaten. Bedford has been penciling in revenge really ever since, Coach. And, well, players and coaches on both sides of the fence tonight excited for the matchup. A highly anticipated game here in week number 5.
Yep, and you can see the crowd. It's a great crowd for a girls' high school lacrosse game. So, a few things you hit on right there. I could probably talk for 20 minutes about, but one is the weather. You said it's the hottest game of the year.
Yep.
We did, last week, we did the Portsmouth-Bedford game. Bedford made one sub. Sydney Grogan was injured. She stepped off the field for 1 second, back on. So they don't play a lot of players. So BG, that's their biggest strength, is they have depth. They could play 7 attack, they could play 6D, and they could run 2 midfield lines. So you're going to see how much Coach Y uses that strength. The other thing is, last year it was a semifinal game, but it was in all intents and purposes it was a championship game. Bedford was up. Bedford had a 2-goal lead at one point in that game, and they really pushed BG to the limits, and the BG wound up winning handily against Pinkerton in the championship. So you're going to see two teams here. Katie Campbell, the senior going to Virginia, is going to take the draw. She's 5'10", 5'11", has height, where Olivia Matthews is closer to the 5', 5'2", and she's very talented. So you're going to see if they can, if BG can pop the ball up and use her height for that. So that's going to be key because, as we kind of guessed last week, Bedford likes to run their sets, run their offense, and just possess the ball. So they're going to have to get a lead because you can't play that way if you're behind. Right. So they're going to have to get a lead, get control of the ball, get a lead, win some draws, not turn it over, and then make a few saves. You're not going to get 12 saves against BG, but if you can get 5, 6 saves, Abby Widener, she's done her job. I mean, that's the thing. And the other thing is these players know each other. So, like if a team takes away a player's left hand and forces them to their right, you're going to have to show why you're a Division I player or why you're going to be a Division I player, and show the ability to go with your opposite hand. Right. Because that's what's going to be open tonight. Because teams, they're going to be scouted. And BG watched Bedford play Portsmouth, so that you and I picked up on all the sets that they were running.
That's right.
So I think BG is going to be aware of some of those mumbo sets, those kind of sweep sets. But an excellent officiating crew tonight. So it's going to be a 3-person crew tonight. Maddie Driscoll's coming from another game running late, so I don't know if they're going to start on time and the other official's going to come on, or if we're going to be delayed a little bit.
We've still got the stick check in front of us in the starting lineup, so we're a few minutes out at least. But
yeah, so we did our job with the boys' game, getting off in time. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, and then get things going here in Nashua. Unbeaten Bedford, unbeaten Bishop Guertin. Coming up next, you are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
All right, stick check time as we get set for the first half here, about to get underway in Nashua. Nick Anastas, Chris Cameron with you from Stellos Stadium. Two teams that have really been eyeing one another since they met in last year's semifinal. Bedford kind of chomping at the bit, looking for their 12th win and looking to stay unbeaten. Bishop Guertin, one tie that was out of state early in the season. They are 10-0 outside of that tie. Most recently, an out-of-state win over Staples. That was back on Saturday. So, Coach, they've had some time to get ready for this one, whereas Bedford, they had to play last night.
Yeah, that's
a road victory over Merrimack, no problem there, 14-3.
Yeah, so they were on the grass. They probably played a lot of players, had the game in control, but still, you had to play a game. You couldn't really practice. Is
there one way or another you would prefer, either a lengthy layoff going in, or
I think
right off the field?
I'd rather be BG.
Okay.
playing. You traveled. They did it down and back to Staples, played outstanding, and really put it to Staples. They had no answer for Riley Bouvier. We're going to see today, but yeah, I would definitely prefer the layoff. So we'll talk Riley Bouvier. The only player, she's been unstoppable this year. Sydney Grogan is one of the only players in New England that can stop her, and that's going to be the matchup. Is Sydney Grogan, the junior, commit to Yale, on Riley Bouvier, number one. She just recently was named an Under Armour All-American, so that's going to be the matchup. How does Riley handle her one-on-one? Do they try to get a switch? That's going to be just like in basketball. You try to create that mismatch. That's what we'll see how they handle that, or if they're just going to run their offense and Riley will defer to other people, or we're going to see. But that's going to be a great matchup. And then on the other side is it'll probably be, you have Regan O'Brien, the junior Penn commit. She's a very talented, athletic lefty who's going to draw the assignment from BG. Probably the UNH commit, senior Delaney Ramajo, will probably get that matchup. Those are the two key matchups today.
Yeah, we've got future college players on both teams, really loaded with NCAA talent, most of that D1, as Coach just mentioned. So stars on the field tonight as the shadows grow long here. Sun beginning to set over the Gate City. Quite a glare coming off the pond behind the field here at Stello Stadium. Can be kind of tricky, as you know better than anyone else, Coach, this time of night, this time of year. But just another Mother Nature obstacle for both of these teams tonight, playing in 84-degree heat for the first time.
I do see one stick issue right there. Number 8, Abby DeCombs. Her stick did not clear the stick check protocol.
So what happens now?
I don't think there's any penalty on her. No, I don't think there's a penalty. I think she has to get another stick and then just leave it in the box, and she can't use it for the game, I think. It looked like it was not the pocket wasn't too deep. It was something with the sidewalls.
Typically, it's a problem with the head of the stick in the pocket. Is that
usually it's depth? Yeah.
And that all depends on the stringing, right?
The stringing, yeah. And then these days, the girls' sticks, you can get so much more into your shot. If you watch these girls play and you watch the college game, a lot of the 8-meter free position shots, the girls just wind up and crank it because the way the sticks are cut, you can get a lot more whip and torque into your shot. But yeah, this could be a second stick issue for BG here. This is Tess Prunier. Tess Prunier is a starter. She's a junior commit to Holy Cross. She's one of the starting attack players. So that is interesting. I haven't seen this. I would assume it's a stick Tess has been using all year. I don't know that official, but I do know the other official, Sarah. She's probably one of the top officials in the state. She does college games, and she's great. So I think they have a great crew for this game.
Well, that's, of course, Coach Ball, the Exeter athletic director, does all the scheduling, I believe, for boys and girls.
I didn't know he does the girls. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he does.
But his style is typically 3 officials for the bigger games.
For the big games, yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
All right. Coach, on the other side, we've got Bedford here coming in the minds of many, even though they're 11-0 rather, as the underdog tonight. You mentioned tempo is going to be big and stamina, right, especially in the second half amongst the starters. What is Coach Christine Hodgson, longtime head coach on that Bedford sideline, what is she saying here a moment before the game?
I think she's just going to, stress confidence in yourself, play under control, and possess the ball. I mean, that's the thing. And try to win those 50-50 balls. That's going to be key. Because a lot of these draws are not necessarily going to be one clean. This is interesting. I don't know what's going on here. This is the...
Well, Prunier is still awaiting a stick, it looks like.
It looks like number 4 is Haley LeBlanc. It looks like she has a stick issue as well.
And that, of course, is Coach Y right there in the mix with the officials at the scorer's table.
So Tess Prunier cleared. She cleared protocol.
Tess Prunier, number 11, also in grade 11.
Well, we've got, as we mentioned, an ongoing stick check here. And now Prunier looks like he's being called back over to the table. So not quite. Remind you, Sunday, got another show coming up. FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, every Sunday, 9 a.m., all throughout the spring. Coach will be calling back in this week. Got a lot to talk about, of course, the NCAA tournament, in addition to, of course, high school lacrosse, boys and girls, as we recap the week that was and preview the week ahead. Of course, you have 2 sons in the NCAA tournament.
Yep, I didn't think it could have gone as unbelievable as it did, to be honest with you. To have Rutgers hosting Harvard on Sunday at they're actually the football stadium, which is their home field, is being used for graduation. So they're moving to a grass soccer stadium, which seats probably about 7,000. So it's going to be electric. Princeton is hosting BU on the Saturday. It's the first game to tip off the weekend at 12 o'clock. Which, their stadium is the Lacrosse Stadium, where you probably have about, I'm going to guess, anywhere from 8,000 to 8,000, and they pack it. So 2 great games, back-to-back days for me. So
and, of course, a dream final would be Rutgers and Princeton. They're on the opposite sides of the bracket.
It could. I mean, right now, I would just I want to take one game at a time. And if they each win, which is unbelievable, they will play back-to-back at Hofstra, your alma mater, in the quarterfinals, where Rutgers would play Penn and Princeton would play Yale, which would be 2 unbelievable matchups. So that's one thing at a time. If they could win from there, then they'd be at Hartford in the Final Four. So it's lined up nicely. But so Riley Bouvier clears, but Bedford. So we talked about Sidney Grogan, we talked about Regan O'Brien. Ellie Enders is another one who had a big had a very strong game against Portsmouth. Portsmouth got knocked off by Pinkerton yesterday. I mean, that's an impressive win by Pinkerton, because Pinkerton got beat by Sohegan, and they seem like
the Astros seem to be coming on.
They seem like they're coming on. They've improved, and now you have the third official, Matty Driscoll, showing up. So once these last 5 players go, we should be good to go. So I'm trying to think. Oh, and then you have, of course, Julian Bell, who was our star of the week 2 weeks ago, the commit to Clemson. She's kind of transitioned nicely to the attack spot, because she's been a midfielder since her freshman year. She's so skilled and athletic, she could play any position. So that'll be interesting to see who matches up on her. And then the other, I think those. Olivia Matthews, who we talked about. One of the top, not only sophomores but top players in the state. She's a lefty, and BG knows that. So we'll see how Olivia handles that, or maybe BG just plays her straight up. But that'll be. And Olivia takes all. She did take a lot of the draws, but then where Annie Parker for Portsmouth took every single one in that game. So here we go.
All right.
25-minute halves.
Bedford jogging onto the field. The Bulldogs in their road blacks with the red numbers, white trim. And one final kneel down along the home sideline as the Cardinals in their home whites get set to take the field. Of course, it's turf here at Stello Stadium, home to 3 Nashua schools. Nashua North and South, of course, play here as well. BG looking for another championship. After running the table last year, a postseason that included a semifinal win and a really tight game. Coach, you and I called that game. Or was that me and Kristen?
Kristen was
Kristen
on that
and
game.
I called that game.
Yeah, you and Kristen called. I tried to get her to come up. She's not coming up for another 10 days, so maybe you can get her back on.
We'll get her back
on the mic. I think the demand's been for her, not for me.
Well, you're just keeping her seat warm.
I'm keeping her seat warm.
You're doing.
I get that. And then what was I going to say about that?
Well, that was a tight game. Was my point that it really was decided in the final minutes.
I mean, it was a game of runs. BG was up like 5-0 or 5-1. Christine Coach Hodgson took a timeout.
That's right.
Not only they tied it, but then they pulled ahead. So who do we have? We got Matthews versus Campbell as expected, and then we have Riley Bouvier on the circle with, it might be, I can't see. Oh, I know it looks like. I can't read the number for, is that Enders for Bedford on the circle?
I think it's Grogan.
The Grogan's on the far, that's definitely Grogan on the
Grogan
far
on the
side.
right. On the near side.
I can't read the number. It might be Enders.
Yeah, that's Enders.
Yeah,
yep.
so
26.
those are the 6 we expected. This will be telling right here, this first one.
Up in the air, and we're underway here from Stellos. Bedford going to get to it. At least initially, we get a whistle as Matthews is given the green light by the officials. Good play on the wing to open up. Bedford now in transition. Coming down the middle, pass taken near the cage. There's a shot and a stop. Wow. Slamming the door is McKenna, able to take the angle she wanted and slam it shut on that far post. Bedford, a good shot. But a better save for BG, and now the Cardinals in their own end trying to clear. This pass gets away on the near side and is going to roll out of bounds right back to the Bulldogs. So the Bedford ride with an early win here.
Yeah, so what I saw off of that was we thought Bedford was going to want to control the pace, but great job by Matthews. Comes up with the loose ball, pushes it to Grogan. Grogan pushes to Enders. I didn't see who took the shot. Through the shadows, it's tough right now. We'll have to get it, but BG made the mistake. They slid upfield and left a one-on-one right there. They didn't stay home, but McKenna Ricky, high to high on her, does not happen too often.
Here's Bell, got the step. Bell down the middle. Again, Ricky is there.
She is very, very good inside.
Took it almost right out of her stick. Explodes out of the net and gets a whistle here on the near sideline. Now again, the Cardinals looking for the clear. This is Maddie Hartsock, who is once again given the green light. Now a straight sprint here to the 50. Met along the near sideline, survives the hit and keeps going. BG, first trip for the Cardinal attack here, scoreless with a minute and a half now gone by. Cardinals going to go behind the cage.
Yeah.
Good move. Gets inside. Ball comes out, and we get our first whistle.
Nat Kudu, who's the senior going to Oregon, she's the quarterback of the offense, and she just beat her underneath right there. But even though Bedford didn't get on the board, they created 2 point-blank shots right. That's a great move by Julian Bell. Free position shot here for Kudu.
First one either way. The future Oregon Duck on the way into the hole. Able to go low, beats Widener down by the ankles. And BG's out in front 1-0.
You know, we talked about this, Nick, in the open. You know, the saves are going to be key. And BG out of the gate in the first minute picks up 2 saves after getting outworked on a loose ball, and then they turn the ball over on a clear. And then BG comes down 1 possession, 1 free position shot, 1 goal. And you could already see where they're shooting. I think they're just going to be pumping the ball low.
As you said, both players on each team very familiar with each other. A lot of them grew up together, playing club, etc. Then, of course, both these head coaches love the scouting report. And as you said, Coach, they're going to be attacking with a high IQ tonight as we see that on the first free position shot. Meanwhile, Bouvier touches for the first time, the senior down the middle for the Cardinals. BG looking for their second goal. Bouvier going to fire, and Widener is up for the task.
See, that's the thing. She can make those saves up high.
Junior able to snag it to her right. The outlet comes out quickly. Bedford now trying to work the sideline on the clear, and they do so.
That's just Riley Bouvier trying to do too much right there. She did a great job getting the loose ball, getting the clear. You can see Bedford is going to match BG athletically in the middle of the field. There's no doubt. They got some athletes. And now this is where if they don't have transition, you're going to see this kind of spread, 5 across. Everyone's going to touch it a few times, and then they clear through and they run a sweep. This is what we saw anyway against
last week against Portsmouth, we saw really a different look almost every time down, at least early in the game.
So, yeah, they changed their sets. They just try to go to an ISO here.
This is Bell on the near
Bell
side.
on Hartsock, and she's...
Hartsock trying to keep her out. Bell spins to the left, shoots and scores. Snuck it looked like, over Widener's shoulder. Great move by the senior, headed to Clemson. Ties this game at 1 with now just over 3 minutes gone by.
Yeah, over Riki. That was Riki, the BG.
Oh, Riki, excuse me.
And Julian Bell, 2 dodges. She got to her spot 2 times. BG's going to have to look at it. We're going to need to send a double at Julian Bell because she's got a jump in her step today, which is great to see coming off those injuries. But so Katie Campbell took the first draw. They went to Riley Bouvier for the second. Now it looks like the third where they're going to mix it up and they're going to try to wear Matthews down. So far, Matthews is 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. And that's just, as we said, Bouvier going underhand from about 12 yards. High, low to high. The goalie just sat there. Widener just sat there. And bad shots sometimes lead or as bad as turnovers.
This one floats to that far side. Getting inside initially was Grogan.
Yeah, Grogan.
She's rewarded. She got the good step, the future Yale Bulldog.
Yep, she just beat, and Kuchalakis, Ariana Kuchalakis is an exceptional athlete, but you could see the level of athleticism that Grogan has because she just beat her to that loose ball.
Has an explosive first step on the basketball court as well for Bedford. Faced BG in the championship round and played well. All right, Bedford again going to slow it down. Enters going to jog middle. Road team looking for their first lead here. With nearly 5 minutes gone by, going to bring Campbell to that far side, spin to her right, pass behind the cage, dropped by Bell. The senior trying to keep it in bounds, does so. Hartsock closing out cautiously. Bell going to retreat toward the corner. Bedford with 2 players behind the net. BG going to give it a little room here, it looks like, along the perimeter. Bedford looking for a cutter.
Yeah,
switch spots and now go directly behind the cage.
This is where they run that 3-person mumbo at the 8-meter, just trying to get someone to fall asleep.
Patience, the name of the game right now for Coach Hodgson. Bedford with 3 players jammed up in the high slot. You can hear the Cardinal defense trying to communicate. There's finally the cutter. The pass is pulled in, contested. Trying to escape the fray there. And drawing a whistle is Grogan.
I think it's Matthews.
Or Matthews, excuse me.
Yeah, you can just see the lefty. That's how I'm able to cheat a little bit here.
Yeah, there you go. The sophomore ready to go here. This is Bedford's First free position shot, looking for the lead.
She likes to just crow hop and crank it. She likes to shoot high. That's where Riki's strong.
Riki ready with the head of her stick over her right shoulder. Whistle, shot. Riki with her third save. This one knocked all the way to the 30-yard line, nearly taken back over for Bedford by Grogan.
See, I don't. To me, that just looked like a good, clean check. Grogan's just
Meanwhile, another pass on the clear that gets away from the Cardinals. Covered up well, though, on that far sideline with a couple feet to spare by Kate Daly.
The sloppiness or the nerves seem to be on the Cardinal side more than the Bedford side. Bedford's coming out on fire.
Meanwhile, Peronier is going to draw a whistle on the split dodge and get a quick restart. Cardinals look to reclaim the lead. We're 6 minutes in here, first half. Nick Anastas, Chris Cameron with you live from Nashua. Coming middle, that's Steph Reap, headed to Flagler University. May have been hit from behind, lost it. Bedford, they've been good on the ground balls. They're going to drop a pass here, though, along the near sideline and give it right back to the Cardinals, as Vivian Robinson, the junior defender, couldn't quite locate that one for Bedford.
I just saw Reap run it into a triple team there. Oh, another this game is sloppy right now.
It went right over the head of Hardsock. Luckily, Bouvier was ready on the backside. Flips it up ahead. This is Lauren Redford. Redford trying to go to her left. Meets two Bulldogs in the high slot and decides better. Pulls it back out. The Cardinals going to move it around here on the perimeter. Peronier looking for the step. Grogan going to pick her up on the switch. They go behind the cage. Over the top. Bouvier is there for the finish. A beautiful pass from behind the cage. Bouvier falling to the ground to her right. Still able to collect and fire on her way to the ground for her first goal. Cardinals back in front 2-1.
So that's just great team offense. Peronier did her job on the wing. We're going to see her get underneath, draw the slide, push the ball to Kudu, and Kudu's just a quarterback, throws a lead pass for a quick stick to Bouvier. I mean, that's how they draw it up. You just have your head, your defender's head, they turn for 1 second, you cut back door, and then Kudu, you don't throw it to where they are, you throw it to where they're going to be, and that's where she put that ball. She led her nicely. So we got Campbell back on the draw, the Virginia commit, versus the sophomore sensation, Olivia Matthews, who had that free position shot. I couldn't see if she went. She might have went low, and was it sticks?
It was kind of near the waist.
Near the waist,
right
like there. That's right in Riki's wheelhouse, right there.
Riki off to a good start. 3 saves, including 2 right off the bat in the first possession.
First 2 possessions.
Yep. All right. Bedford now. Looking for an answer, trailing 2-1. This one goes off of 2 different players before it's scooped up with one hand by Regan O'Brien. O'Brien's going to keep it, avert 2 Cardinals on her way to the clear, and continue to roll on that far sideline. Double teamed again, this time a whistle. She'll get some space and get the restart here as Bedford looks for goal number 2. Just over 7 minutes now gone by first half.
So BG's had 4 possessions, 2 goals, 3 shots. You know, the 1 turnover by Reap and then the 4th shot by Bouvier. So they're getting the shots they want when they're patient. Bedford's getting what they want. They're running some good sets today, especially with Julian Bell. They don't seem like they have the answer for her.
Here is Bell. Met with a double team. Bouvier fell down. Whistle, and they give it back to BG.
Little turnover right there.
What happened there, Coach?
She just turned it over, and I think it was just incidental contact right there. It just fell out of her stick.
I didn't see the ball come out.
Yeah, the ball popped out. This yellow ball in the sun and the shadows.
That makes sense. Again, bear with us, folks. It's tricky this time of night with the sun almost on a direct line here into the press box.
There's Kuchalaka showing her speed right there. Redfern, a sophomore, number 7. She's lefty. They have 2 lefties on that side. They got Reap and Redfern.
Redfern looking to make a move one-on-one, gets by the defender, goes right down the gullet and scores on the doorstep. Oh, what an explosive move by the sophomore. Took some contact as well. It didn't matter. BG's up 3-1.
Yeah, she's a lefty. Bedford should know that. She went with a little left-to-left split and not much team deal. Let's see it right here. So Redfern goes left to left, a little help defense, not enough. And then Redfern just goes underneath Widener. I mean,
Back-to-back goals now by the Cardinals. And they've got their largest lead, the largest lead either way here early on, 3-1. Got a good crowd here tonight, Coach, as you mentioned. There's some youngsters down there. They've got homemade signs. And, of course, a large student section, very large, off to our right. Just to underline the point, I think Bedford's got some of their supporters here off to our left in Bulldog Black. They usually travel well, as we know.
Yeah, you can see the Sohegan team showing up here as well. You can see how far the girls' game of lacrosse has come in New Hampshire, where it's a great crowd right there. So there's Kuchalaka showing her athleticism right there.
Perfect positioning. Kukalachis trying to go right, being driven on a good defensive play by Grogan. Rode her right out of the zone.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Grogan one-on-one.
Redfern scored a moment ago.
No help defense here.
1-on-1. Sophomore goes to her left, gets that step, shot.
Yeah.
A couple inches over the crossbar. It'll stay with BG.
You could see they're putting their defender on an island against Redfern. I mean, that's risky right now, but I can't see who the defender is on her.
Meanwhile, Reap thought about attacking the net there on the restart. Pulls it back out, goal line extended. Tries to body her defender back. Slide coming over. And the pass ends up on the ground. Picked up by Bedford. Good play by Grogan. The outlet taken. And now Bedford coming right to left.
She got the clear. They don't have transition. There's Matthews. They're just going to look to settle it down now.
Matthews gets rid of it. Goal line extended for Bedford's Tegan Steele. Another sophomore.
Yeah, so saves and turnovers. That's what that's what's enabling teams to get offensive possessions right there. And that is the
it's been the name of the game for the first 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. Turnovers are going to come back to get you.
All right, Bedford. A little isolation here, top. Just nothing happening. They flip. See if Bell can do something. Gets inside of Bouvier, and Bouvier may have knocked her down. Looks like Bell is about to take Bedford's second free position shot here and try to get the Bulldogs' second goal.
Yeah, Riley went over her head. She just, instead of staying in front, she went for the strip, and this is a spot where it looks like BG is going to be able to get an angle, and Julian's not going to get a clean shot, but she got a jump.
She's going to keep it, fire a bouncer that stays inbounds behind the cage. Goes right to BG's Haley LeBlanc. LeBlanc being shadowed by Steele, goes back to the goaltender, Riki. Her pass is too long.
She got bailed out right. Oh, she got bailed out right there.
Good play by Prunier. Able to back her up. Now Prunier looking to shake off Madeline Kiley, the freshman.
Is Maddie Kiley out there? I can't see the.
Thought that was number 3 in black. Meanwhile, near side now.
So,
this is Hartstock who gets the clear for BG. Hartstock going to go to.
Reed just has to play within the system here because she's got two forces, 2 turnovers. She just has to let the game happen right now.
She's going to get rid of it.
Yeah. Sabrina Tipping has the matchup on.
Pass hauled in by Prunier, but couldn't quite get off a clean look out in front of the cage. Bedford ends up with it. Another good play by the Bulldog defense.
Yeah,
and a good clear here as well as Grogan crosses the 50.
So much for me saying substitutions are going to be key because we're almost 11, 12 minutes into this game, and BG has not subbed yet. BG's just forcing the ball way too much. That's 5 turnovers for them in the offensive set, where Bedford is just doing a much better job with the ball. They're getting the shots. They're running into a hot goalie, and you do see that Delaney Ramalho, they call it face guarding in the girls' game. She's trying to limit the touches for Regan O'Brien. So far, Regan O'Brien we haven't called her name that much. Where she is, I know she hasn't been on the board because the only goal that they've scored has been Julian, and Julian's has been a force so far.
Well, they're going to give it to Bell here. Clemson commit, goal line extended. Bedford hoping to cut the gap in half here as we near the midway point of this first half. Again, 2 players behind the cage. They come near side, going to back up. Bell still with it, given plenty of room by the defender, Kukalachis. Bell now going to attack. Prunier meets her, near side, nowhere to go. Bedford okay, pulling it out if it's not there.
That's right? Kuchalakis on the D, number 12. BG seems like they're not worried. Other than Ramalho on O'Brien, they're fine with switching any kind of matchups. They're just they don't really worry about who's on who.
Spin move, shot, swallowed up by Riki. Another save for the goaltender. 4 now in this first half.
Her clearing is really shaky. It's
another high pass that gets away from the target and goes back to Bedford.
She's made 3 passes so far. They've all been high. She got away with 2 of them, but that one she did not. Christine Hodgson, I don't need to tell her how to coach because she's a premier top-level coach, but if you lock everybody off and try to let McKenna Ricci make a pass the way she's throwing right now, I mean, that seems to be a way to ride and get the ball back right now.
Yeah, we've seen the ride produce.
Yeah. McKenna's just making, I think is that her 5th save of the game already? Or five or six?
I've got four, but I may be behind.
Possession game, big time favors Bedford.
Right now, yeah.
Matthews just forcing it right there.
Yeah, nowhere to go, and it ends up with the Cardinals. BG now looking to run here. It's a 3-on-2. It's a 4-on-3, rather. Prunier, one more shot, score. That's Kutu running to her left, able to take the pass on the move and finish down by the cage. Bishop Guertin gets a transition goal, and they add on to their lead now 4-1. So Kutu with her second goal scored the first goal of the game. And now we have a timeout here as Coach Hodgson wants to talk it over. BG with a 4-1 lead. Our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas, Coach Chris Cameron up here in the booth at Stello Stadium. 4-1. BG, despite, Coach, some turnovers, some problems on the clear, Cardinals have a 3-goal lead as we're just past the midway point of this first half.
You know, Christine, I think she took the time out there, Coach Hodgson, but her team's playing great. You know what she's run into is a hot goalkeeper. And their adjustments they can make is finish their shots. Is because they're getting good shots. I think they're getting better shots than they did against Portsmouth. But one thing is when they were down against Portsmouth and they took a timeout and it was a game of runs and they answered with 3 or 4 quick goals. And
right.
We saw that last year in the semifinal as well. So it's a game of runs. Timeouts kind of controls that. I think they've played a cleaner game than BG. BG's just been opportunistic off of turnovers right there. You could see that that was just unselfish play, just bing bing. They led the break, hit the point, hit Kudu. Kudu's been very solid in this game with 2 goals and an assist. She's in on 3 of the 4 goals right there. One thing I would like to see her do is finish across the middle. She finished underneath at the Division I level next year. That's not going to happen. But that was she's just so highly skilled. Which and then BG, in order to kind of extend this lead, is they're going to have to control their turnovers. And they're just trying to force it. I think that they're revved up. The crowd is here, and they want to put on a show. Looking out here right now, I don't see any substitutions for either team just yet.
Is that typically when you would put
You would think with this kind of heat, you want to get players going. You want to get them touches early on in the game. You want to see who's engaged, who's ready to go, who's ready to give you something when you really need them.
It's hot here. Hottest day of the year so far, 84. Shadows, though, are now all the way across the field as the sun continues to set here in southern New Hampshire. All right. Bedford, in search of an answer, Cardinals have scored 3 straight goals and lead by 3 at 4-1. This is Matthews off the bounce, able to get to the ground ball for Bedford.
Bedford's done the majority of the draws have gone their way.
Doing a good job on the wing, right?
Nick, I think we're going to be looking through the sun all game. Can we go to the other side?
I hope you're wrong, but I think you're right.
Because that thing's not going down until 8 o'clock.
It's going to be here the rest of the way. And most of the action has been down at this end as well, as you mentioned.
Yeah,
Bedford.
for us looking into it. But
Bedford has controlled the time of possession, but only one goal to show for it. Here's Enners to her left. Got the step, the shot a little wide, takes a bounce out of bounds behind the net, and will stay right here.
Yeah, she did. She made a good move on Bouvier, but when you see one thing that we talked about is the controlling the tempo. Bedford wants to be able to be playing from ahead in order to play their tempo, but right now they're behind. So you can see they're playing a little bit faster than I think they would like. Where Enners' bounce shot kind of bounced probably 8 yards in front of the goal, never really had a chance.
Meanwhile, Bell on the restart, going to come near side, scoop it underhand to Grogan.
I think the ball's dying in a lot of Bedford sticks. People are just have it and they're holding it. There's not a lot of quick.
Grogan, given room to her left, took advantage.
The old S dodge, Nick. The old S dodge.
Finishes on the money despite getting knocked down there on the release. Bedford, big response, coach, as you mentioned, coming out of the timeout.
Timeouts will do that. They'll make, just gets everybody to settle down. Say, girls, we're okay. You're okay. We're playing great. And then with Sydney, they force Sydney to her left. They know she's a strong, dominant right-handed player. Force her to her left, but she was so strong and quick that she was able to get back underneath to her right and able to improve her angle. And
well, that was a point you made in the pregame, right? That there was the scouting report was out and players were going to have to do something with the weak hand. No problem that time.
She didn't even. Yeah, she didn't put it in her left, but she used the overplay to her advantage right there.
All right, so Bedford gets the response they were hoping for. It comes with just over 10 minutes remaining until halftime. BG still with the lead at 4-2.
So it's Campbell on the draw. It looks like maybe, is it O'Brien or?
I believe that was O'Brien.
Matthews with another loose ball.
Another ground ball for the sophomore. Bedford another win off the draw circle, 2 in a row. And again, Bedford going to slow it right down here. Coach Hodgson roaming the sidelines right behind Julian Bell. Grogan going to take over. Coach issuing the instruction. And Bedford going to spread it out here, it looks like, Coach, with another different set. It's like 3 up top. Bell going to take over once again in the middle of the field. Bell going to jog. Hartsock giving her room. Going to attack Hartsock off the switch. Backdoor feed goes unanswered.
See, we saw that play. You've seen it so many times in the NBA, Nick, where it's like a pick and roll at the top of the key.
Yep.
But Matthews is rolling. Oh, that looked like a good strip to me by Steele.
Good effort.
Matthews is picking, but she's rolling to her right hand, and that's a tough catch, almost over the shoulder. Ooh.
Not sure they quite have the spacing on that either.
Yeah, it's to her offhand.
Meanwhile, Hartsock draws a whistle on the sideline. BG with the clear. Kuchelakis to her left. This is Bouvier.
Campbell, yep. Campbell with the flip.
Campbell, rather, yep. Fake flip to Redfern. Campbell still with it, the senior on the near wing. Coming downhill to her left. Gets inside the defender. Shot goes up in the air. They have bounced off the pole.
Yeah, the pipe and then shot up.
Came off the near post, it looked like, and then went almost straight up in the air, mile high. Cardinals are there, and another chance here for BG with now, inside of 9 minutes here remaining first half. Redfern, who has played well here, the sophomore with a goal. Somebody wide open. It's Prunier. Catch and finish. Able to leak free. Took a high pass right in front of the cage. Came down. Beats Widener for the goal. 5-2 Cardinals.
So Bedford chooses to run the Mumbo cutters from up top to cut down to the pipes, where BG ran a set right there where they call it, it's like a 1-5 set. It's a wing-to-wing pick. They went to ring cut. First cutter was covered. Second cutter, they lost track of Prunier, wide open. Redfern was almost late on the feed right there, but she was so wide open that Campbell made a nice move just before that. Again, they took away Campbell's right, made her go left, but she was able to get the shot off. So is this O'Brien versus Bouvier right here?
Both teams have switched things up in the draw circle here repeatedly in the first half. O'Brien thought she was okay. Going to resettle here. Just over 8 minutes to go, first half. Cardinals have rebuilt the 3-goal lead. Game tied for a while at 1-1. 3-0 run by the Cardinals. Forced Bedford to call a timeout. Bulldogs responded with a goal. Prunier scored for the home team a moment ago, so we're at 5-2 here as we head now inside of 8 minutes. Cardinals have it. Kuchelakis back for Campbell. No, it's a fake. Now Redford does take over near side wing and back up top for Bouvier. Bouvier coming downhill at Matthews, the senior against the sophomore. Sophomore trying to hang in there, forces her to give it up. Kuchelakis now, goal line extended. Trying to spin her way back to the middle. Good defensive positioning by Sabrina Tipping, the junior for the Bulldogs.
A lot of the offense is being run through Redfern. They kind of like that matchup. She's making good decisions as she turns it, as she drops it.
Gets knocked down, though. Push from behind. Draws the whistle.
Yeah, this is one she's just going to pull out. So this is a matchup that Bouvier might like. They don't have Grogan on her. They have Matthews, who's a very strong defensive player.
Redfern pass to her right off the restart. Kuchelakis trying to feather it back door, but Reap well covered. Bedford comes away with it 2 bounces later, and now Grogan on the run.
Grogan's been on the run all game.
Nice touch pass. Matthews over the top with the clear. Now Bedford with numbers. Matthews going to pull it back out.
They got someone open on the corner, but they missed it, but they'll be happy to just possess. That's one of those ones, they jammed it into Kuchelakis. She's a terrific athlete, but they threw it to her offhand right there, and then she would have been better off just pulling it out. That's a tough angle for O'Brien right there. She's fortunate that it wasn't saved.
Backed up by her teammate in the corner, and the Bulldogs will come back to Grogan here on the near side wing.
Grogan's had the 1 goal, which is a bonus because she's not a high scorer, but she's just making plays all over the field for the Bulldogs. Bell's been quiet since that opening flurry where she was beating people, breaking them down, breaking ankles.
And Bell and Grogan with the 2 goals for Bedford. The Bulldogs again look to get back within 2 if they can score on this trip. Pick left side. Keeping it though. Matthews near side for Kylie. And now back up top for Bell.
Yeah, that is Maddie Kylie. You do have the freshman. She's a lefty freshman.
Seeing some time here in this first half.
That's good help defense by Hartsock.
Enters cut off. Tries to spin to her right. Shot and score!
That's one of those ones that's the softest goal that Riki's gave up. It was like a 12-yarder right there, but Enders put it low and away, so she has that athleticism right there. But
the junior
Bedford will take that one.
The quick trigger may have caught the goaltender by surprise.
Yeah, Riki just didn't get down on it right there, but that's a good shot, low and away.
The lengthy trip pays off for the Bulldogs. They're back within 2. At now 5-3, just inside of 6 minutes to go in this first half. Meanwhile, the officials talking to some of the players in front of the Bedford sideline. Not sure what that was about. But we're about ready to go here. Another rematch between O'Brien and Bouvier. Coach Y peering towards the draw circle. Left hand over her eyebrows. Sun in the coach's eyes as well. Meanwhile, Bouvier thought she had it. Instead, Bedford coming the other way. It's a good play, it looked like, by Vivian Robinson, but the pass goes astray. Cardinals trying to make him pay the other way. This is Reap. No, that's Kutu.
That's Kutu, yeah.
Double team gets it away to the sophomore Redfern here on the near wing. BG going to spread it out. Coach Y now roaming the sidelines, making her way down to the near corner for a better look.
That's a bonus for BG right there because BG missed the ground ball off the draw, and then Bedford just turned it over, giving them a possession up 2. They seem like they're going to be patient and just run offense. You got Matthews on Campbell.
Campbell gets rid of it. They look for Prunier in the middle. She's swarmed, and there's Widener with the save.
Just not very disciplined. That was a jam by Kudu, but, drop, put on the turf, and then she tried to do a little backhander, and Widener, what do we ask for her? 5, 6 saves? I think she's given us 3 so far.
Yeah. Yeah, she's playing well.
That's all you can ask for.
Inside of 5 minutes, Bedford the other way. Again, Bulldogs looking to make this a 1-goal game. Coach Hodgson clapping her hands on the Bedford sideline, impressed. Bedford's cleared the ball pretty well, very consistently in this first half. Here's Enners on a split dodge. Look out.
That could go either way. Oh,
both Enners and LeBlanc hit the deck, and the officials are going to give Enners a free position shot here. It'll be the third one of this first half for Bedford.
Good job drawing that.
Enner's looking for back-to-back goals here, trying to get her club within one.
She has the speed to get to the middle here if Campbell can't close her, so she might look to get underneath.
Shot goes off the stick of Riki, another save. Ground ball near side is whistled dead, and
A crease violation maybe?
not sure. Either way, the Cardinals are going to have it.
Did she point the wrong way?
Some of the Bedford fans aren't happy. Yeah, she did point the wrong way. This is going to stay with Bedford?
Nope, they're giving it.
Oh no, they're telling. Yeah, you're right. They're telling Hartsock where to line up. So Hartsock has the ball for BG, and Coach Hodgson now demanding an explanation along the Bedford sideline. She doesn't look pleased. All right, BG trying to get out of their own end as we head towards 3 minutes. Hartsock in trouble, chopped down from behind. Bell has it for Bedford. The senior, met by two defenders in the high slot, going to pull it way back out here and reset for the visitors.
Steele, right there.
Yeah.
Keegan Steele she's got the length, good hustle, determination, got the ball back right there.
Sophomore has played well in this first half.
Oh, Julian, something just gave out on her right there.
She just falls down and lost it. Now Bouvier like a cannon out of a cannonball.
Yep, she's just
down the middle
herself.
here, looking left, has Prunier. Prunier across the zone, finds another player in front, and that's Steph Reed for the goal.
They called the crease.
She stepped in the crease.
Yep. That was in great speed by Bouvier. She just separated herself from the field. And Matthews, I don't know how Matthews is going all game. She's just playing up and down with no subs. But that's so she hits. So Bedford does a great job on the rotation. The low defender, the low left pipe goes to the right pipe. Prunier throws behind to Reap, but Reap got called in the crease. It was a great handle by Reap.
Right.
Great handle. We can't see from here.
Tough catch, and just ran out of room, essentially. Now inside of 2 minutes, Bedford, another opportunity to make this a one-goal game. They're going to clear it out. Here comes Bell. Second defender comes over. Bell.
They send the double. If they send the double, they've seen enough of Bell.
Yep.
Bell looks like she's all right after that turf monster got her.
Going to steer it way back out. Now it's Enners. Takes a low pass near side wing. Little jab step to the right. Nowhere to go. Bouvier, good defense. Down to 90 seconds. Enners now. Thought about the split dodge. Instead, it's Bell. They're going to reset. All right, one-on-one. Bell. This time goes right. Lost it for a moment. Regains control and pulls it back out for Bedford. Coach Hodgson waving her arms on the sideline. Now it's Grogan's turn. Gets a move, left side. Shot looked like it was knocked down again by Riki.
Yeah, not much of an angle there. Grogan did a
good job backing it up, though. Bedford looking for a cutter out in front. Riki going to reach out and take it away off the turf. Another heads-up play by the goaltender. She's going to keep it herself now as we're down to 45 seconds remaining first half. That's O'Brien all over her. O'Brien trying to strip it, but a little too aggressive there.
Yeah,
the official blows the whistle.
She's got a helmet. It looked good to me, but it was like she was baiting her into that call. So Coach Y, I think, just took a timeout right there.
I'm going to stop the clock here with just over 40 seconds remaining.
We saw some action right there. We saw a Bouvier-led break, a skip from Prunier to Reap with a great handle, goal call back, and then Bedford, Grogan gets underneath, and then they hit some good shots on that possession right now to close this game to 1. So this is important. It's a two-goal game. It could be, you want to, if you're Bedford, you can get into this half down 2, you'll take it. If you're BG, you want to kind of try to get it clear and then take the clock down to about 15 seconds and hold for that last shot.
What do you say? Well, I'll ask you that at halftime, what the message is. But I'd imagine that we'll start with Bedford. Coach Hodgson's been pretty pleased with what she's seen overall. You would like to have more than 3 goals, I think, at this point. But all in all, I think she's pretty satisfied with the way this first half has gone.
They have not been outclassed by any stretch. I mean, athletically they're matching up, skill set. You could see they have a few holes where the turnovers happened. But they're playing with more poise, where BG is just like so anxious. They get the ball and they're just going and they're jamming it. I think BG is 11 unofficial. I think it's 11 turnovers right now, and that's a lot. That's a lot in one half. And they're going to have to cut back. Where Bedford's thing is they got to shoot better. I mean, McKenna Rickey's a great goalie, but to have 3 goals and play as well as they did, I mean, they've played very, very well. I mean, very, very impressive. I didn't think they played great against Portsmouth. You could see that the talent was there, but this game, they've played a great game. And you know, when you talk about, sorry, Nick.
No, go ahead.
Riley Bouvier is, you know, the best player, you know, one of the top players in New England. Regan O'Brien's probably one of the top juniors, and she hasn't scored. I mean, so they've scored. They've had goals from, first one was Bell, second one was Grogan, and then Enners. So they haven't gotten anything from Matthews. They haven't gotten anything from O'Brien, and they're only down 2. So they got to feel pretty good about it. The star for BG right now has been Kudu. She's been really good when she doesn't force it. So this will be interesting. Will Riki be able to start with the ball, or it's going to have to start with, would they like to give it to Kuchalakis, who can run like the wind? But it looks like they're going to have to give it to Riki, who's been struggling with clearing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. She's been throwing the ball high.
They're going to put O'Brien right back on her, too.
Yeah, so she'd be better off just throwing it in the vicinity of, like, throw it in front of Ramalho and just throw like a bounce pass.
This Bulldog ride has been very formidable here in this first half. Bedford looking for one more turnover. Final 40 seconds before halftime. Cardinals, short pass taken by Kuchalakis.
And she can run. You watch her. She can
run. Good move. Left Bell in the dust. Pass, though, looked like it was tipped, and Grogan comes down with it for Bedford.
That's Kuchalakis' 3rd turnover. She's got to cut that back down.
Now Bell on the run to the middle. Down to 25 seconds. Bell swarmed by white jerseys and draws a whistle here to stop the clock with 19 seconds. They're going to line up Bell straight away at about the 16-yard line. 2 deep likely for a shot. 3 Cardinal defenders await with 1 behind her. Looking for Enners to her left, going to keep it instead. Now Enners does take the pass as we come upon 10 seconds. Enners with a spin move. Low bouncing shot, going to take a hop over the net. Go out of play. Good effort behind the cage there by Kate Daly for BG, but couldn't quite get there. Quick restart. Steele, cut, looking for Enners. Shot jammed up near post, and that'll do it
Kate
for
Daly,
the first half.
When you're a defenseman and you don't hear your name called, that's a good thing because she hasn't been beat all day long. She's just been playing some outstanding lockdown defense by 23 Kate Daly, the junior.
So, Bedford showing that they're ready to fight in the battle of the unbeatens. It's 5-3 BG at halftime, but we were treated to a pretty even first 25 minutes here in Nashua.
Yeah, I thought that teams came out, like Bedford was very poised early. They came out ready to play. As the game wore on, it seemed like they got a little more anxious, played a little bit too fast, turned the ball over. BG's kind of been all game. They've just been, they haven't settled down yet, and that's going to be interesting if they can settle down. So,
all right, we'll take a break, come back, and recap the first half. We'll get some stats, highlights. And then the second half right around the corner, very short halftime here at Stellos. Action resumes in about 4 minutes from now. We'll take a break. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, summer and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time. Given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
All right, start of the second half here in Nashua. Nick Anastas along with Coach Chris Cameron. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Two D1 heavyweights, two unbeatens, colliding here in a highly anticipated regular season matchup, week number 5, statewide. BG, they struck first. Nat Kutu, the senior, headed to Oregon, scored just over 2 minutes into the game on a free position shot. Put BG in front 1-0. Bedford got the answer. About a minute later, Julian Bell tied the game at 1. BG went on a 3-0 run at that point. Riley Bouvier, Lauren Redfern, and then Kutu second forced Coach Hodgson to call a Bedford timeout with BG at that point out in front 4-1 about midway through that first half. Grogan came out of the timeout, scored for Bedford at the 10-minute mark to make it 4-2. Prunier, about 2 minutes later, rebuilt the 3-goal lead for the Cardinals at 5-2. Alania Enner scored just inside of 6 minutes to get Bedford back within 2 at 5-3, and then we went scoreless for the final 5:48 before halftime. And that is where we are to begin this second half. Bedford off the whistle. They win another one on the draw circle, where they've had an advantage, Coach, and now they got a chance once again to get back within 1 if they can score here.
7-3 on the draws. 7-3 on the draws, and they're just they're outworking them.
Both goaltenders turned in a solid performance in that first half as well, including Riki, who unofficially has 6 saves for BG. Meanwhile, this pass broken up, but picked up off the bounce. A good play off the turf there for Grogan to keep it here with Bedford. Enters down the middle, looking for her second goal, a little wide of the target.
That was a great job showing that she has a left. She was able to get to the middle, get to her left. She had a righty goal earlier. She's a dominant right, but that's a nice move.
Bulldogs going to look for another shot here.
They were fortunate that they were able to get the ball off the turf.
Just a minute gone by now. Good dodge, but a better strip from behind. Bouvier off to the races. Good play by the former or future Stanford Cardinal. Still with a lot of open room here. Down the middle, breezes by 1, 2 defenders, shot and score.
No, it went wide, but they gave her the.
Sorry.
She's gonna have a free position shot.
Yeah.
She elected to go 1-on-5 right there. She made a great strip. I think she has to let the game come to her a little bit here. She's going to finish with 4 or 5 goals. There's no doubt. She just has to not push right. Look how high, what a high crease Widener's playing right here.
Shot, score.
Yeah.
Just a laser, and her second of the game. Second goal scored on the free position shot for Bishop Guertin as well. And they matched their largest lead from that first half now at 6-3.
That's just Riley Bouvier being Riley Bouvier. She had a quiet first half, stripped Matthews, goes end-to-end, draws the free position shot, and just went low, got it underneath Widener right there. Widener's playing a high arc, they call it. And Bouvier can run all day, even in this heat. It's hotter on the turf than, I mean, it's hot in this press box, but I think it's hotter on that turf right there.
Yeah.
But neither team, well, actually, Bedford's made subs because we see that Kylie is out right now, so someone's in for Kylie. It might be 22, Natalie Denon could be in for her.
Denon, the sophomore attack.
Yep, so it's O'Brien versus Bouvier. Bouvier's got, I mean, she just goes all day.
That's primarily the matchup we saw throughout the first half more often than not. We saw, of course,
both teams didn't start this way, but they went to it, yes.
Yeah.
Even Bedford now has Redfern up on there for her quickness. That didn't get above the shoulder, so they're going to redo this. In the college game, that would be an alternate possession.
You mentioned Redfern, the sophomore, played pretty well in that first half, scored a goal for BG.
She played very well. They were running the offense through her. She scored once, had a chance to score second and third. She got an assist to Prunier, so she's 1-1 on the day already.
Whistle as Kukulakis.
Yep, O'Brien, another draw control right there.
Yeah, well, we got to wait a minute. Kukulakis'
goggles are down.
Yeah, they flew off her head. Senior going to put him back on, and now we're ready to go. Meanwhile, O'Brien trying the split dodge, draws a whistle. Kutu.
She got the call there.
Yep. A little too aggressive with the stick.
The calls have been going. They're equal. Oh, another turnover. Possible turnover.
Rogan trying to keep it at this end, able to flip it to herself. Good play off the ground.
She just comes up with GBs all day long. If it's a 50-50, it's not 50-50 with her. It's more like 80-20 anytime she's around a loose ball.
Headed to Yale. Not this fall, but next. Meanwhile, Bell trying to go at Prunier. Draws the slide. Short pass taken by Matthews and the left-hander.
Bedford seems
given room.
Yeah, Bedford seems. BG seems more apt to send the double.
Shot, but Bell.
No, I think that's
in.
That's Matthews' first of the game right there.
Oh, it's Matthews. 6, not 5.
I could tell two.
The lefty.
Two. You could tell from the lefty. A little
number
shake. Yep. Her first of the game right there.
Well, she had played well in the first half. Good to see her get rewarded in the scorer's book there. Able to beat Riki low and get Bedford back within 2 now at 6-4.
She's played well all game, and that was just a great move. A little right-to-left split on the run shot and underneath Riki. I think that's where you're going to see. That's where they're shooting on Riki right now, is underneath her from range. The closer you get into Riki, she plays great angles, and there's less goal to shoot at. But if you're shooting from 8 to 10, you have a lot more angle, a lot more room.
So Bouvier's goal is answered exactly 60 seconds later by Matthews. And Bedford hanging around here, now trailing 6-4 with nearly 3 minutes gone by in front of a packed house here at Stello Stadium early in the second half.
Wow, that's an impressive draw control right there.
Kuchelakis able to pull it in over her head and take it away from Enners. Trying to find Campbell, though, surrounded by black jerseys, and guess who's got another ground ball? It's Grogan.
Yep. Kuchelakis is making plays, but that's another turnover by her. She just has to use her speed and call it run to daylight. Run to daylight and just get out of trouble. Don't force the ball.
Meanwhile, Matthews hounded here along the near sideline by Campbell. And Campbell eventually going to retreat. Bedford's going to reset. Again, Bulldogs a chance to get within one.
What an impressive draw control by Kuchelakis, and then she just, and then Grogan with the turnover, loose ball.
Meanwhile, Bell walking now high slot. Comes near side wing. Thought about the give and go. Instead, Matthews finds Enners. Goal line extended. Enners going to come to her left. Up for the challenge is Kuchelakis, the defender. Now Matthews does have a cutter. It's Enners, who's denied by Riki.
That's what we talked about. In tight, she's incredible. She just plays her angles and she matches sticks, and she's got to get rid of the ball quick. When she sees somebody open, just make the pass. Don't try to do too much.
Going to skirt around the cage. And now this is Hartsock.
I don't know.
Hartsock with Bell all over her. Going to draw a whistle along that far sideline. BG's going to have it. Going to keep it here.
Bedford rides hard. Bedford rides hard. They do not make it easy for you to clear the ball.
We saw that ride produce a number of turnovers in that first half.
Yeah, BG's at 12 turnovers right now, with still 20-plus minutes to go in this game.
Nearly 5 minutes in, second half. Here's a good clear. This is Hartsock.
Oh, no, it could have been offensive there.
Got locked up there with Steele, and the call goes against Bedford.
So 5 minutes into the game, BG does have the Bouvier goal, but that was in transition. So this is their first true possession 5 minutes in. We'll see if they are going to do anything differently. But
Redford able to split the alley, goes right down the middle, fires and scores for her second goal. Looks like something went wrong there defensively for Bedford.
That was a communication. I think someone said switch, someone said stay, and they both listened to the other, and no one had her.
So the sophomore, Lauren Redford, continuing to play well. 2 goals. And one in the first half, and now one here nearly 5 minutes into the second half. BG back up 3, 7-4.
And an assist. Last year when we did this game, we didn't do the playoff game, we did the regular season game, and O'Brien had 5 goals. We said this is going to be her recruiting tape. We were like, this is a tape you send out. So far, Redfern, this is a tape that she can start sending out because she has impressed me. I think it's very impressive. She's just playing under control, and she's showing she's got a burst. She's got a burst, and she's got good vision.
And you can tell she's caught the attention of Coach Y. She's been on the field and heavily involved.
She earned that lefty attack because there's some players down there. There's Anna Campbell, there's Deb Moyer, there's Katie Campbell that can all play that spot right there. But Lauren Redfern, grabbed that spot. There's a lot of I could keep going on and on. Who else can play that spot?
Yeah, I mean, the minutes are hard-earned for sure.
Another loose ball by Grogan.
Yeah, Grogan just...
The ball just finds her. Or she finds the ball. I don't know which one it is. Oh, is that a turnover?
Yeah, she ran into looked like a triple team there with the sideline almost as the fourth defender.
This is where Bouvier is dangerous.
Here is Bouvier, the senior.
If she gets isolation, she's going to
try come middle, draws a slide. Good catch by Campbell. Redfern, here's the whistle. And another call coming against Bedford here. Redfern looks like going to line up for a free position shot here. Redfern looking for the hat trick, trying to lead all scorers and build BG's largest lead. If she can score right here.
They're going to look to double her up. She's got the speed to get off the line. Does she try to get to... Ooh, she might have jumped that
She's going all the way to the cage. Shot, kicked aside. Looks like the goaltender, I think, got her left leg on it.
It could have hit the...
or did it hit the post?
They had a double bar down low. The way it popped up.
Yeah.
I saw one of those. In the,
Meanwhile, Enners is coming on the move here for Bedford down the middle. Going to come to her left and pull it back out. Enners scored late in the first half, her lone goal. Almost looked like she had a shooting lane there, but not a good one. In the end, a wise decision to pull it out as Bedford looks to restart here with just over 6 minutes gone by, second half.
That's a big stop for the Bulldogs because they almost doubled them up right there. You go down 8-4. The turnovers are hurting Bedford right now so far in this half.
Well, they're going to take their time here, Coach, to get back on track if they can.
This looks like the one that they set up for Matthews.
This is Bell up top, near side now for Matthews, the left-handed sophomore. Given plenty of room here. Bouvier almost daring her to go right. Matthews to her left. Again, Bouvier slaps it loose from behind and picks up the ground ball. Bouvier in a full sprint, able to get to midfield. Now it's Bell closing in from behind, and Bell
showed good speed. I mean, Bouvier is just going. Is it a card? I think it's a card. It's going to be a card on Bell right there.
First one either way. The slash from behind, the senior.
Bouvier can do it all right there. She kind of baited her almost. She says, all right, I'm going to let you go left. I know you're going left. And Olivia kind of hangs her stick, and that's the second time she stripped her clean. She's got to kind of bait her a little bit. Okay, show it, but then tuck it, and then leave Bouvier behind.
All right, so Bedford going to be shorthanded here for the first time in the game. The penalty comes with 7 minutes gone by in this second half. Coach Hodgson now alert on the sideline for Bedford, hoping her defense can hang in. Bouvier with a split dodge, steps inside the 30. Kukalakis near side for Prunier.
Oh, backside Reap was
had the step on the backside cut.
Yeah.
Like got in front of the defender, Vivian Robinson.
Nowhere for Kukalakis to go.
Pass out in front, trying to find Campbell. Somehow got through the zone. It's backed up by Kutu. Finds Bouvier out in front, and there's the hat trick.
The old dip and dunk. The old dip and dunk right there. Nat Kudu throws the ball to where you're going to be, and Bedford, from the opening 5 seconds of that man down, they were not organized. They were not organized. They had Reap on the backside once, and you could see here Riley just cut. The one person
open.
you don't want to leave open is number one.
Yep.
So Riley goes dip, dunk, boom.
That seems like the second glaring miscommunication defensively we've seen here in the second half, and BG has made Bedford pay now twice, both times.
Yeah, they're not as sharp defensively. So, the one time Redfern got to the middle, so BG's had, 3 goals in this half right now, and they hit a pipe on the other one, so that they've had 3 goals on 5 possessions. So
they've built up their halftime lead from 5-3 to now 8-4, a 4-goal gap for the first time.
Yeah, if you wonder if Bouvier is going to need a rest, maybe put her down on attack or just give her like a 3 minutes, just give her 3 minutes out.
Meanwhile, Bell is still in the box.
You know who's coming up this one, don't you, Nick?
I would not bet on anyone else besides number 1 in black.
I think this one's going BG's way.
Out of a pile, Redfern going to reemerge on the restart.
One more to the
near side. Kuto wide open, shot and score.
Yeah.
Got hit on the shot as well. It didn't matter. Kutu now with a hat trick as well. 3 apiece for Bouvier and Kutu. BG rolling here early in the second half. Now 9-4. They build a 5-goal lead for the first time.
Yeah, they're just in transition. They're just dynamic, and Bedford sliding up off the pipes. They're not holding, and once they're sliding up, the few times they've had the rotation from pipe to pipe, that time they did not. And Kudu just saw the inside. We could see the inside pipe open up right there for us. So this looks like it's going to be Enners versus Campbell.
Yeah.
The loose balls are going BG's way for the first time all game, and that's for Bedford to beat BG, who has the talent advantage or the depth advantage. They have to come up with the loose balls. They got to shoot well, and they can't turn it over. And so far,
now, is this the time of game where fatigue may start
absolutely
to settle in?
But I mean, these girls are all such high. Oh, that's a big collision right there. These girls are all such high-level athletes
that it's not as big of a factor.
Yeah, both teams are not. No one's making subs. I mean, if BG was using that advantage, then it would be a big. That's going to be another turnover by Kuchalakis.
Redfern paid the price, collided with Robinson on the pass.
She just has to make better decisions with the ball there. I mean, she almost got her teammate killed there. Her speed is just incredible, but she got held out here.
All right, Redfern.
Redfern might be better off to just pull this thing out with a 5-goal lead, but I think she's
got her eye on the cage. We'll see.
She's going.
It would be the 3rd free position goal for BG, and there it is. Redfern able to cash in yet again.
Is that her hat trick?
She had 1 in the first half and now has 2 here in the second half. So the hat trick makes it 10-4 now Cardinals.
So you got Kudu hat trick.
And Bouvier, yeah.
Redfern hat trick. So you got 3 hat tricks, and then let me see if I can come up with the 10th goal. Steph Reap had the.
You're right on it, Coach, as usual. Meanwhile, the Cardinals, Coach, now quietly have racked up 4 unanswered, and 5 of the 6 here in the second half.
I think you got to look at a timeout right now if you're Bedford. You have to look at a timeout because you're just not playing like you were in the first half. Maybe not. I mean, Coach Christine knows better, but her team is they're getting beat on the draws. They're turning it over.
And meanwhile, the score is starting to slip away a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, now at this point, 16 to go, no shot clock. You can really control the
the action.
Watch Katie Campbell.
Campbell looking good. The Bedford native on the way to the goal here for BG.
You know what that is right there? That's Division I stuff.
Wants the shot, which is going to bounce in for the goal. Campbell with a beautiful placement as that one about an inch or so inside the crossbar. Able to bounce straight down and in. And the future Virginia Cavalier has a goal. It's 11-4.
The shot, well, she'll take it. She'll take it. That's not going in the ACC. But that draw control with her hands and her length right there, that's ACC. That's high-level college lacrosse right there. In college,
long strides, too. Covers a lot of ground
great
easily.
Hands. You're going to be seeing her on the ACC network doing that. The shot, she got away with that one right there. But at this point, when you're up 7.
I'm not sure if Widener got a piece of that.
Yeah,
a small piece on the way down.
Widener's she's not getting the support. She's been giving up a lot of tight one-on-one goals. You could see she's a little bit, her confidence isn't where. She made some nice saves in the first half.
And I think seeing a little bit more rubber, so to speak, in this second half.
In this heat with the wears you down. Watch Kuchelakis. She's just
again gets good positioning there and draws the whistle.
The level of athleticism on this field and the way Kuchelakis as a sophomore is standing out is incredible.
Coach Y is fired up. A card here coming against O'Brien.
Yeah, that's frustration right now. Bell is still. So are they two down? Let's count them on the field.
Yeah, Bell is still down there in the box.
6, 8. They're 2 down right now. We can't. Let's see. We could see it. Nope, they don't have the penalty time up on the scoreboard.
But Bell and O'Brien both in the box, and not an encouraging sign. Two of Bedford's better players out here for the next few minutes now as we're
that Bell
we're nearly 9 minutes into the second half.
As good as Julian has played.
Is that a bench warning?
Warning like you need to go behind. So that card that Bell, as well as she's played, that was a big turning point in this game right now. BG's up 2. I mean, they should push this. Bouvier faked the behind the back, throws the look away, and she tried to get a little bit too much.
Yeah, Reap couldn't quite pull it in.
Grogan read her like a book right there.
And it's Grogan, another ground ball, trying to tiptoe the sideline. Little nudge there noticed by the officials. Bedford going to get it back. Bulldogs trying to get something going on the attack. Just 1 goal since halftime, and they trail by 7 now for the first time. This long bouncing pass traverses the field. It's scooped up by Henners. He's going to draw 2 defenders, come back to the left, draw a third, and now pull it back out on the near side wing.
Even though they're down 7 with 15 to go, I think they're better off trying to kill this penalty and then going to the goal right now, because the way Riki's making saves, Bell's out of the box, so it's just O'Brien in the box right now.
You don't want to give it right back to BG either.
No, because BG, they got away with one there, because that could have been
another goal
one right there.
Yeah. 10 minutes in, second half. Bedford trailing by their largest deficit tonight. Grogan, who has played so well, trying to weave her way, burrow into this defense, does draw a whistle. Just outside the 10-yard line. Yeah, it looks like a free position shot coming.
Let's see.
Bedford has not scored on a free position shot. Grogan looking for her second goal. Going to go all the way to the cage and hit on the release. Ball squirts out far side. It looked like BG's LeBlanc ended up with it.
Sophomore Haley LeBlanc with a big play right there.
Comes up with it out of a crowd, and the home team has it.
O'Brien's out of the box, so we're all even right now. This is one of those ones you just want her to get the ball out of her stick right there.
Does so, and now it's a sprint to the 50.
Hartsock showing some.
She's had a few clears today.
Yeah.
Including one right there. In the middle, Bouvier. Campbell to her left, and we get a whistle here.
She drew the shooting space, so Riley's just going to wind up, and you're going to see her crank this one.
Explain that rule to me, Coach.
You can't be between. You can't put yourself in a dangerous position between the shooter and the goal, where the player has to shoot through you.
Bouvier to the hole,
pipe.
Off the pipe. It goes to Bedford on a good play off the bounce. This is Liz Norris, the sophomore.
Liz Norris has played very well. There's LeBlanc.
Great ground ball there. It's a deep sophomore class for Bedford. Steele, who's got it right now, part of that. You mentioned the lefty Olivia Matthews, who has Done a little bit of everything today for Coach Hodgson.
Who else
They got a promising class of 2024.
Yeah, what year is Tipping? Tipping is
Tipping's a junior.
Yep. Oh, another turnover.
Meanwhile, this one turned over.
O'Brien.
Again, Redfern across midfield, trying to spin, and lost it. That was Robinson who may have gotten a piece. Now Bell is hitting the head.
That's just not
hitting the head by Redfern, who may have let out a little frustration there.
That's frustration. You get stripped, and then you react. And when you have a 7-goal lead, you don't want turnovers, one, and you definitely don't want penalties, two. That's something that the sophomore is going to learn right there.
First Cardinal to the box today.
Yep, you're going to see if and then we didn't see any cards in the first half. Cards, yep.
Right, now we see three
no pun
here.
intended, three, and I think that's fatigue. Fatigue will do that.
We're now midway through, or just about midway through this second half. BG's lead was 5-3 at halftime. The Cardinals have scored now 5 unanswered goals. As we get another stoppage here.
Even, so right now it looks like it's going to be a tough comeback for Bedford. But when these teams, assuming these teams are going to meet in the championship, it'll be a tight game. You could just see that Bedford knows what they have to do to compete with a BG. And I think that is shoot better, 1. Don't turn it over, 2. Those are the big things.
Yep.
And then continue to dominate the loose balls. They're dodging. Matthews is trying to dodge.
Throws the defender for a moment there.
Yeah, she's got shake in her game. She's got a little shake, which is great to see.
All in all, though, the defender, Kate Daly, has done a pretty good job.
Kate Daly's been outstanding today. We haven't had to call her name. She hasn't been involved in the clearing game, but just as a team defender, as an individual shutdown defender, she's been lights out. So Matthews is going to go for the crank right here. So
Lefty's got a strong shot.
Yes, she likes to shoot high, but
looking for a second goal. This one whizzes over the goaltender's head.
Sometimes those look great, but you know what? You got to hit the cage, and she can.
That's a couple inches high, it looked like. Meanwhile, what's going on here, Coach? The official trying to sort something out behind the net.
They're trying to find a ball. When you see boys' games, we put 40 balls on the end lines. The girls' games, you don't lose as many, but you know what? Let's have some balls on the end lines. Keep this game going.
Just past the midway point, second half. Nick Anastas, Coach Chris Cameron with you. BG and Bedford, both undefeated. Cardinals looking to improve to 11-0-1. Bedford hoping to improve to 12-0. But the Bulldogs going to have to do it from behind, trailing by 7 for the first time as we march towards 11 minutes to go in regulation. Matthews, backdoor for Steele, the sophomore with a quick trigger, knocked down by Riki, who plucks it out of the net behind the cage and now has it for BG.
Just fundamental. She caught the ball on the left side with the right hand, so she had no angle. You got to catch that ball lefty. Look at Hartsock. Is that a card? You got another card right now. Is this going to be a card on Matthews?
I hope not. That looked like just a collision, but yeah.
I know. The only reason why I saw the signal, but that looked like it was.
That's the third card of this second half handed over to Bedford. Matthews, the third different Bulldog to the box.
They're three of their stars: Matthews, Bell, O'Brien.
That looked innocent enough to me, but
yeah, I didn't see much there.
The officials are kind of zoned in now. Meanwhile, split dodge here. Another player who was held up, Hartsock for BG, turning in a good game. Gets a clear there.
She's been clearing the ball all day long with those long legs. The Flagler commit to junior.
Flagler, that's down in Florida.
Down in Florida, yes.
She'll have to deal with this 85-degry weather on a daily basis.
But you know what? When lacrosse is being played in January and February, she will more than welcome that.
I'd say. Getting a little bit of a breeze for the first time, it feels like, tonight.
Flat-footed feed, tipping with the
That's a good defensive play. The junior able to take it away, and now Bedford trying to clear in their own end, going to draw a whistle.
Yeah, this game's turned sloppy on both sides. And that's fatigue. In this heat, that's fatigue. You always got to take it one game at a time, but BG has a big game versus Franklin. You'd want to see you want to have your Campbell and your Kudu and your, of course, Bouvier rested, but
that Franklin game you mentioned is their next one up.
Yeah, you got 2 out-of-state games. Look at Bouvier that's her 4th CT called a cause turnover. That's her 4th one of the game right there.
Seen 3 in the second half.
3 in the second half alone. She's got 4 total.
Yeah.
And a few of them going the other way. Oh, that's just a little bit of stone hands right there.
Again, the Bedford ride, though, Coach, still giving it their all. Steele comes up with the steal, pardon the pun.
I can't see who that was. That turnover on the far side right there.
Coming up on 9 minutes to go, second half. Bedford looking for just their second goal since halftime. Trying to get this back within 6. The feed is there near the cage, but a good closeout. That's the UNH commit, Delaney Romalo, able to close out pretty quickly to prevent the shot along that far post. We do get a whistle here, and it looks like another free position shot on the way here for Bedford.
Is it O'Brien? A chance to get on the board for her first of the game. Matthews, too, was out of the box.
Sophomore jogging back onto the field.
It doesn't look like Grogan. It looks like it's...
Is that O'Brien?
It looks like O'Brien.
O'Brien to the cage.
With that speed.
Shot knocked down by Riki, who immediately exits the crease.
Maybe a timeout here by Y.
Going to roll it towards the sideline. Not sure if that was chopped loose or not, or intentional.
That would have been a time to take a timeout right there with 2 players on, Riki's not the fleetest of foot, so she was in trouble with 2 players on her.
Now we do get a whistle, and we do
Timeout.
get a timeout here with just over 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas, Coach Chris Cameron, founder of the New Hampshire Tomahawks, and, of course, head coach on the boys' side. Coach, earlier tonight, your guys stayed undefeated against in-state competition with a 13-4 win over Nashua South.
Yeah, we're in a battle right now for the 1 seed versus Exeter. Exeter's only has the 1 loss. They do have Pinkerton left. They don't have a super strong out-of-state schedule. We do have Pinkerton left, and we have LaSalle on Saturday, who's a top 50 team in the country. They beat BC High like we did by 2. They beat them 12-10. We beat them 11-9. So it's going to be a game. They're tough. They got
when is that?
Saturday at 3. The girls play Franklin at 1, and then we play Saturday at 3 right here. Be a high-level game, and then the other game we have Acton Boxborough on Tuesday. So we've had a lot of high-level teams come up to New Hampshire. But you're starting to see a little separation right now. South, we jumped on them early, 8-0. Bedford, we played Bedford on Tuesday, and Monday, and Bedford came out ready to play. I mean, they have some.
It was a tie game and a half.
It was a tie game and a half. They had their guys, Coach Johansmeyer, Coach Bordeaux. They had their guys ready to play. I mean, they did.
It's probably the best half they played all year.
They played great. They got our attention, that's for sure. We had to come out and play well in the third quarter to pull away. But then today we played very, very well against. We shot the ball. Ethan Johnson's one of the top goalies in the state, and we shot the ball very well against him today. And we were able to get some guys in. And
good stuff.
So it was good.
All right, we'll recap all that and more coming up Sunday, 9 a.m. FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Coach will join us for a segment or two on the phone. Eric Coburn, Tomahawks coach, will be in the co-pilot seat with me from the Beals Insurance Studios. Again, that's Sunday, of course, at 9. Every Sunday at 9 a.m. Only on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. It's FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. All right, we're inside of 8 minutes here. Bedford going to go to Alania Enners, who gets the shot off, but again, Riki is up for the challenge. Another save for the Bishop Guertin goaltender.
She's hit double digits in saves. Enners is able to get to her spots, but she's bounced the ball over the goal a few times. I think she's got to pull her top hand down a little bit, which will...
Yeah, overall, Coach, we've seen some good shots taken.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
at the end of lengthy possessions, patient possessions, but Riki has just slammed the cupboard door shut more often than not tonight.
Riki is in double-digit saves right now, which is key.
Coming up on 7 minutes to go in regulation.
Ramalho is just so steady. I mean, we haven't called her name. 7 minutes to go, and O'Brien has been kept off the board. That's because Ramalho's had that matchup. You know, she hasn't had the clears. That time she did. She has the ability to, but she's just, her and Kate Daly, they've asked them to just be lockdown defenders today, and they were.
And now it's about running some clock, right? If you're Coach
Wyatt. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, you don't get any style points for winning this game 15-5. I mean, you win this game 11-5, 12-5, you're happy. I mean, just maybe get some players in. I know I've been preaching on that, but right now you can just, there's no, boys game you get a stall call, you got to keep the ball in the box. Here in the girls game, there's nothing.
So that rule is non-existent.
There's nothing. There's no shot at the girls game. There's a shot clock. We'll see if Bedford comes out and sends a double or something. They have to do something. You know, Prunier is a very skilled player, but she's not one. Campbell with a nice backdoor cut.
Campbell's pass, though, is going to get away from Kutu. But Kutu, in the end, able to hustle and scoop it up just in front of the near sideline to keep it in play.
There's no reason to cut backdoor like that, to put yourself in that spot right there. You just run the ball behind right now. I mean, Grogan's on Bouvier. And there's no reason. Don't bring your play. Don't set a pick for the ball right there. I can't see what player that is right there. That's Kuchelagas, because then they could double. You don't want to pick the ball. You don't want to allow the double. You just want to stay spread.
Right.
Have them slide the double. You want to see the double to your face so you can see what pass to make. Redfern's someone you want with the ball on the stick because she's played attack. She's not going to be as tired as Campbell or Bouvier, and she's fast. And she's proven that she can make good decisions right now.
3 goals today for number 7 in white.
So there's no reason to shoot right now. I mean, that's so far we're about a minute, so now we're 5 to go right now. And Riley would be better off just getting away right now because you don't want to bring Sydney Grogan to that ball. Kuchelakas, again, is setting that pick. They're going to have a tough time getting this ball away.
Well, that's my next question. What do you do here if you're Coach Hodgson?
You got to send a double and you bring your goalie out because what's the difference if you give up an empty netter? I mean, at least you get the ball back. You get a chance to score one, and then you maybe win some draws. But, see now, again, she drew the shooting space. I mean, it's tempting if you're Tess here because you're kind of open, but you're better off just pulling this thing out right here.
Prunier is going to fire, and it goes wide.
Yep, so now she's in the crease, and she gives him the ball back. There's no reason to shoot that ball right there.
So Bedford, their defense finally forces the miss. They get it back, and they're going to get the clear here on a good play up the near sideline that's tipping the junior.
Held to 1 goal.
Yep.
One goal.
That came very early,
Matthews,
too.
Yeah, Matthews
within
down
the
left alley.
Within the first 3 minutes, and have not scored since. Just over 4 minutes now remaining. Yeah, BG has scored the last 5 unanswered, Coach.
Yeah.
And, 6-1 the total here since halftime. Got another stoppage here. Clock continuing to move inside of 4 minutes. The officials explaining something down there to the players.
Yeah, Katie Campbell has to go behind right here.
Yep. And now Grogan ready to go.
Enners has gotten her shots off tonight. She did finish the one. She went from 10 yards out. She got under Riki. Nice placement.
How important is it for Bedford to score again here in the final 3.5?
I don't know. I don't know if it really matters.
But I mean, from psychologically, would you like
standpoint,
would you like to finish strong? There's a pass middle. Grogan will do just that.
Yeah, she got
went over the top. It looked like 2 defenders and the shot over the head of the goaltender. Yeah. Grogan's second goal.
To answer your question, that's a great handle. That's her second goal right there. The only multi-goal scorer for Bedford, and she's been their player of the game because she's been just great defensively, great in transition, great between the lines, and she just put it right over Riki. Kuchelakas just lost her there in space. Looks like we saw a sub. Oh, did Bouvier get a card? See that? So here's one of the things. I mean, the game's under control. There's 3 minutes to go. But if you're Bedford, there's no reason to shoot. Just run the clock out. You know, it is so tiring to chase the ball when you're down like that. Now Bedford gave them.
So what happened with Bouvier there?
I didn't see it, but I just see her sitting in the box.
Right.
I see Kudu out. I think Cameron Schmidt, the sophomore, got in the game for the first time. She's one of those attackmen that they can play. Campbell,
trying to get it, but it's Enners on the inside position. Bedford's got it. Here comes O'Brien. Bulldogs with a 4-on-4. O'Brien near side. This is, who is that? Bell? Shot deflected by Riki again.
Yeah, she's going to get a free position shot right here.
Whistle here on the rebound as we move inside of 3 minutes remaining.
But to your question, to your point about how important is it to score, I think they did enough good things in that first half that they can draw on to give them the confidence when they play them. Whether it's probably going to be the championships. I think BG will be the 1 and Bedford will be the 2. Pinkerton is making noise now.
Bell shut down. The rebound.
Matthews off the crossbar.
Yeah, and this one all the way almost to the near sideline before Enners tracks it down. Bedford going to keep it.
That's good.
2.5 to go. O'Brien split dodge. Shot and score. Oh, Regan O'Brien, a good move there. Able to split defenders, beat Riki. O'Brien brings Bedford back within 5 with 2:28 to go. It's 11-6.
Yeah, 5. Your player down. I mean, it goes back to that possession where you could have just killed the last 5 minutes of the clock.
So Regan O'Brien scores for the first time. She's been working hard. Good to see her get rewarded with a goal. But again, Bedford really between a rock and a hard place now with just 2.5, 2:28 to go in this second half. They're not going to quit. Back-to-back goals for the Bulldogs in less than a minute apart.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to play to the end.
Straight up in the air. Bounce far side. Matthews in a tussle draws the whistle.
Matthews just a little bit quicker there.
Got it inside of Kukalakis. O'Brien ready to go now down the middle. Back to her left, stripped, but a whistle. Romalo thought she made a clean play. The officials felt otherwise. Bedford, they go right back to the middle. Grogan takes a tumble.
They're going to get a call here.
Looks like another free position shot on the way for Bedford.
Riley Bouvier is back. One of the 3 hat-trick scorers. Who got the last goal for BG?
It was Campbell.
Okay. So you have 3 hat-tricks and then 2 single-goal scorers. And this is a chance for Grogan to get her hat-trick.
Yep.
See, BG had a chance to run it out. They didn't. Bedford's going to get a chance to see if Grogan can get a hat. There she
Bouncer is in.
The game's under control, but if you're Coach Y, you might think about a timeout right here and be like, all right.
It's 3 unanswered.
Yep, this is definitely a lesson learned for them. You know what? We don't need a 12th goal.
3 goals. 3 goals in less than a minute and a half. And it's 11-7.
Poor Cameron Schmidt, I think, is going to get pulled right here. Nat Kudu's coming back. Oh, no, they're going to pull Steph.
Reap is out.
Certainly was not her fault.
Kutu back on. Coach Y trying to stay positive on the home sideline, clapping her hands.
Yep.
Big draw coming up here. If BG can, wrestle it. That goes a long way.
Just keep going. That's 3 quick ones, right?
Yeah.
They can get another 3, but they've won 3 straight draws.
And have had the advantage in the circle more often than not tonight.
Yes, they have. More so in the first half, but the second half, a little bit advantage to them as well. That was an illegal procedure going Bedford's way.
Campbell a little too early. Well, not over yet. Minute 57. Still a big gap, though. 4 goals, the deficit, 11-7. All right, Grogan. Going to roam free for the moment on that far wing. Go up top. This is Bell. Bell looks for the pick. Comes right. Gets inside of Campbell, the defender, and draws the whistle.
Uncle Mo is on the Bulldog side right now.
That's right.
Let's see if we get this thing to 11-8 right here.
Bell, whose lone goal came way back early in the first half.
First half, she was dynamic early on. Dynamic. She's got a clear angle right here. She can go inside pipe. If she gets to the middle, goes inside pipe up.
Tried to go 5-hole.
McKenna Riki did not look up to Riley, but there's no reason to rush.
Just going to walk now behind the cage and tick some of this clock down to 90 seconds. Riki, another great one-on-one stop, Coach. That was really evident early in the game that she was ready to go.
Coach Y might need to take a timeout here.
Reiki. Who is that, O'Brien on her? Yeah. Saw that back in the first half as well. Now whistle is going to force O'Brien behind. Reiki.
I take it
double teamed.
Riley Bouvier needs to come get this ball right now. We're 1 minute to go. They made it exciting. There's no quit in Bedford tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Hodgkin can be pretty pleased, pretty proud at least of her girls. Reiki just trying to keep it away. Getting hacked at now from all directions with 45 seconds left. And another restart coming with 3 Bulldog defenders in the area. And now I think we get a timeout from Coach Y. Yes, we do.
It looks that way, yeah.
Comes with 41 seconds remaining here in regulation. And we get a timeout here. Just, I think, for the Cardinals to figure out a way to get it out of the goaltender's stick.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And kill off the rest of this.
That was certainly interesting.
This clock. Reminder, after the game, a quick post game. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap this one up with a full recap. A look at the stats and some of the highlights as well, as it looks like BG may or may not be on their way to their 11th win this season if they can protect this 4-goal lead here, barring a miracle in the final 41 seconds. They will do that. Bedford a chance to regroup at Nashua South. They'll have the weekend off and then take on South on Monday.
Nashua South, they just beat Exeter.
They're having a spectacular year.
Olivia Johnson's out injured, unfortunately. She's one of the best players in the state, and they're doing it without her. And they're going to be a team, certainly a playoff team. So they're good for them. They're doing well. You like to see there's more. It seems like there's more parity, more depth in the girls' game right now, which is great to see.
And then, of course, next year, Portsmouth jumps up to Division 1.
Yes, so Portsmouth right now is 0-2 against, but they played the iron of, they played the
best of the best.
And took
Bedford 2 overtime on the road last week.
So what do you do here?
Well, that was my question for you.
So they have to get. Riley can. That's interesting that the goalie doesn't have to start with it. So they're just going to give it to Riley, and Riley's going to beat a few people.
I thought I had to stay with the person who had it during the timeout.
Yeah, that's where I don't bring a lot of
knowledge
to the broadcast. But Riley can.
Some of the more obscure rules.
She'll beat a few people, but just throw the ball over the top.
It's just a foot race here. Riley against everybody else. Yep. Able to beat now 3 defenders inside the 30 and bring the clock down to 25 seconds. And it looks like that's probably going to do it. So BG, impressive tonight after...
No reason to go anywhere near the goal.
No.
Just run away.
Kukalakis going to draw a whistle, and we're going to go inside of 10 seconds. So the defending champs, showing you why they're still the champs and still unbeaten this season. 11-0-1 now. On the way after what looks like is going to be an 11-7 victory here. Clock stopped with just under 10 seconds. The officials look to separate some of the players here and get the spacing correct. Still 9.7 up on the clock. Kutu's going to take a pass, and that will do it.
No reason to go near the goal.
BG, their 11th win of the season. They're going to count that? That's it. They're going to surround.
No, she made the save, I think.
Yeah, I thought so, but BG reacted like they scored there. They're going to stop the clock. Was it .8? They're going to put another goal on the board. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was in time or not.
Good eyes, Nick.
12-7 is now the score. I'm not even sure who scored that, to be honest. Was it Kutu?
Prunier, number 11.
Okay. That's Tess Prunier with her second goal, by the way. And it comes with just... Is that 8 seconds or 0.8? That's 0.8.
0.8.
Wow. So it doesn't get any closer than that, but a little insurance goal for BG late just to beef up the final a little more. 12-7 it looks like is going to officially be the final here at Stello Stadium. BG a winner as they celebrate on the field. Now 11-0-1 following this 12-7 victory. Bedford, they catch their first loss and drop to 11-1. A wire-to-wire victory for Bishop Guertin. We'll take a quick break, come back with the recap, coach's final thoughts as we get the bow, put the bow on this one. 12-7 again, the final. Back in a moment here. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Make sure Cameron gets down this way. Don't let him get out of the picture.
All right, 12-7 is the final. Bishop Guertin hands Bedford their first loss of the season. Battle of the Unbeatens now in the books. As we welcome you inside the post game here, it's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. BG, they got on the board first. Nat Kutu, strong game tonight. Scored the free position shot to get the home team in front 1-0 with just over 2 minutes gone by. A moment later, Julian Bell tied the game at 1 for Bedford. Then a mini run by the home team. Riley Bouvier, Lauren Redford, Kuto's second, pushed the lead to 4-1 about 10 minutes in. Bedford forced to call a timeout. Bulldogs responded at the 10-minute mark, coming out of that timeout with a goal by junior Sidney Grogan to pull within 2 at 4-2. Prunier had the answer, though, less than 2 minutes later. Tess Prunier made it 5-2 BG. Alania Enners responded for Bedford to cut it to 5-3. And then we were scoreless for nearly 6 minutes going into halftime. That ended up being the score, 5-3 BG at halftime. 6-3 shortly after that, less than 2 minutes into the second half. Bouvier gets her second, again on a free position shot to make it 6-3. Bedford's Olivia Matthews responded exactly a minute later to make it 6-4, but that's the final goal Bedford would score for a while. as BG went on a run to really break it open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Redfern's second, Bouvier's third, Coutu's third, Redfern's third on a free position shot, and then Katie Campbell on a bouncer built BG's largest lead at 11-4 about 10 minutes into that second half. But Bedford, to their credit, showed some fight there in the final 3:20 as they score 3 goals in a minute 22. Grogan, O'Brien, Grogan again to make it 11-7. Tess Prunier able to beat the buzzer, scoring with just 0.8 of a second remaining. And that's how he ended. Coach, 12-7 the final. Bishop Guertin improves to 11-0-1. Bedford falls to 11-1. Your final thoughts on what we saw here today, what could be a championship preview?
Yeah, if it's a rematch, what team it is, whether it's Bedford or BG, they're going to have to play a complete 50-minute game to beat the other one. Yeah. I don't think that when Bedford played in spurts, they can play with BG. But when they started turning the ball over, not making good decisions with the ball, which led to turnovers, getting outworked on some of the ground balls, that's what led to possessions by BG. And BG, and any kind of transition, BG was dynamic. I mean, the attack from when you had Bouvier leading transition, going to Prunier, skipping it down low to Reap or right to Kudu, they were really good. And that's where they were at their best. But if they get outworked, don't win the draws, and the way they turn the ball over in the first half, Bedford can play with them. And the saves, we asked for Widener can she get them 5 or 6 saves. I don't know if she got there. She was maybe close. She might have been there were a few pipes in there, but I don't know if she got to the 5 saves. Where Riki was, I think Bedford had 11 turnovers the first half. I don't think it got to 20. I think they kind of stopped at 16 or 17. They played a cleaner second half. But
BG, you mean, right?
BG did, yeah. BG played a cleaner second half. But Riki was really, really good. I mean, she made double-digit saves, and in the girls' game, that's a huge momentum swinger. I mean, that was huge. I mean, BG had balanced scoring. They had Redfern with 3, Bouvier with 3. Now I'm drawing Kudu with 3. Right. Then Campbell and then Reap. So they were balanced. And then Prunier had, I might be off because I know
she had 2.
Prunier had 2. So there's your, okay, and then Grogan, who was just outstanding all game defensively, between the lines, and she had a hat trick. I mean, when she has a hat trick, I mean that's bonus right there. So Delaney Ramalho did an outstanding job shutting Regan O'Brien down. I mean, and when they play in the championship, you're not going to hold Regan O'Brien to 1 goal, and her 1 goal was kind of late at the end of the game. So that's going to be, what kind of adjustments could Coach Hodgson make? Next time they play, how do I get Regan O'Brien the ball? Right. Where do I get her in space? So that each team is going to make adjustments on how they could beat each other. And we want to say it's these 2 teams in the championship because Pinkerton's making good strides right now, and so Hegan's improving too. 2 teams that are very well coached. So there's some depth there in that bracket.
Yeah. Well, both teams will be tested again on short notice. Bedford got the weekend off. They're on the road right back here at Stello Stadium on Monday. They'll take on Nashua South. And a quick turnaround for BG, another tough out-of-state opponent coming up on Saturday when they take on Franklin. I want to thank Bishop Guertin Athletic Director Ryan Brown for giving us the green light, as usual, here at Stello Stadium. We appreciate it. Our friends here in the Nashua media, including our guys over at ETV, making it easy for us and sharing our space up here in the clubhouse. We appreciate them as well. Of course, Steve Beals, not only the executive producer, but also as the man behind camera A tonight, getting us set up, getting those shots to you from up here in the stands. We appreciate Steve, who is back up from Florida. And, of course, his son is the man behind the curtain, getting it done back in the Beals Insurance Studios. That, of course, is our director, Ben Beals. Coach, the pleasure was mine as usual. We'll talk again on Sunday. FNL Lacrosse comes your way 9 a.m. on Sunday from the Beals Insurance Studios. It's presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. All right, final score, final time. BG 12, Bedford 7. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.